Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. Are Arsenal back in a title race? Well, the truth is they never left, but they must feel by some people in the media and out there as fans that like they're a weather vane on the top of a church, because people just seem to change their opinion on Arsenal depending on which way the wind blows. You're fantastic, you're bottlers, you're out of it, you're back in it again. The reality is Arsenal are in a title race, and waking up this morning listening and hearing and seeing people say they're back in a title race. 2 weeks ago there were a bunch of bottlers and it was the biggest bottle job ever. One thing I've always been consistent about on this channel is that Arsenal have had an incredible season, and if they win their last 3 games, which is Brighton at home, Forest away and Wolves at home, which they probably should do, they'll hit 90 points. There's only, I think, 9 or 10 other clubs in Premier League history that have got more than 90 points. Now, Liverpool will tell you that you can lose a title with more than 90 points. I think they got 98 and still lost the title or something like that. But 90 points for Arsenal has to be their aim. If they win the title, they don't win the title. It's incredible if they manage to do that from where they were a year ago. I thought that Arsenal were massively impressive against Newcastle. I've played the game tactics. They slowed it down. They were clinical. They defended well. Newcastle, one of the best teams in the league this season. Certainly at home, they're very hard to beat. And that's an Arsenal team that's bottled it, apparently. That's an Arsenal team that's not in a title race. They are in a title race. They haven't bottled it, in my opinion. The reality is, do I think they'll win the title? No, I think Man City are going to win it. But Arsenal are in this race, and they'll be in it until Man City have won it. And not many teams would be able to do that. Certainly Liverpool couldn't do it this year. United, Chelsea, Spurs, nowhere. Arsenal have had an incredible season, and this title race is still alive, albeit I don't think they'll win it, because they've just kept going all season. They've had a little blip here and there, but they've been absolutely fantastic. And you know what? I said this a couple of weeks ago. As a Manchester United fan, I refuse to sit here and say we've had a better season than them if we win the FA Cup. You can prefer to win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. I get that, trophies, but I don't think Man United have had a better season than Arsenal. And there'll be people going crazy about this. There'll be some Arsenal fans going crazy about this. Oh no, he's talking out his arse. I'd rather win trophies than come second. It's not. That's just too basic for me. I want to look at the whole season. I want to look at the way you've played football. I want to look at, the games that you've lost and why you've lost them. I want to look at it and go, do I feel Arsenal are better than Man United at the moment? Yes. Do I think Arsenal are going to go away from home and win a game more than Man United? Yes. Do I think Arsenal are going to play better football than Manchester United? Yeah. Do I think Arsenal are going to start shooting from 30 yards out instead of playing the final pass? No. I think they're going to play the final pass. So I think Arsenal have had a better season than Man United, regardless of whether Man United win the FA Cup, because Man United have had some horrible results this year. We've played some bad football this year. We've progressed massively. Ten Hag's done a very, very good job. A very, very good job in the circumstances to take us to 2 cup finals and hopefully get us top 4, although it's a bit nervy at the moment. But this is what I was saying a couple of weeks ago. People just, I'd rather have the trophies. If Man United finish 5th and we win the FA Cup, I want to be Arsenal. If Man United finish 4th and win the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, I still want to be Arsenal, because they've gone and hit maybe 90 points, but they've pushed a team that no one expected them to a title, and the platform for them to build on in the summer. It's about progress. It's about where you're heading. If you're winning the Premier League and the Champions League, fine. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, they're nice and we needed to win them, but Arsenal are looking at a bigger prize here, and I think they've had a better season. Get your comments in below. But look, can they win the title? As I said, their next 3 games, I expect them to win. Brighton will be tough, but I expect them to beat Forest and Wolves. I expect them to post at least 87 points, probably 90 points. Manchester City, unfortunately, I think I've always said this, if you want to win the league, I think you've got to hit 95 points. And even that might not be enough. But if you want to definitely win the league, you've got to hit 95 points. Arsenal, 90 points would be incredible if they do it. Man City, look, they've got Brighton away. They've got Everton away. They've got Brentford away. And they've got Chelsea at home. They're good enough to win all of those games. Arsenal need them to lose 1 and draw 1. Even if they draw 2, goal difference will still go in Man City's favour, and that'd be a horrible way to lose. That happened to United. You'd be better off not losing it on goal difference. All right, there'll be pride, but you'd be better off losing it by a point or 2. But the interesting thing is, you never know. Brentford have got a good home record. Brighton have got a good home record. Everton are fighting for their lives. And you just don't know with Chelsea, do you? I think there's a good 75% chance that Manchester City are going to win it. But if Arsenal can be close, that's all they can hope for. And if they lose this league by 4 points because Man City win every game, they'll have won their last however many, which is incredible, and it's what they can do. You are up against a juggernaut here. To say that Arsenal have bottled it, I refute it. I don't think you bottle anything when you go from Arsenal's last season to 90 points. That's not bottling. That's just people trying to banter them. It's not bottling. It's incredible. But Manchester City, obviously, are just unbelievable. I mean, at the weekend against Leeds, they should have won 6-0. 2-1 was a joke, really. They should have won 6-0. The amount of players that they rest and rotate game to game is incredible. De Bruyne didn't play. Bernardo Silva didn't play. Rodri didn't start. I don't think Diaz. I think Stones didn't start. The players they bring. Grealish didn't start. They bring in the likes of Foden and Mahrez. It's an unbelievable depth of talent that even on the most basic level is stronger than what Arsenal have. The thing I'd be really worried about as an Arsenal fan, and would be an absolute disgrace, and I'm sure the Referees Association and the Premier League are really hoping this doesn't happen. Imagine if Arsenal do get to 90 points, right? But imagine Man City lose a game and they win the title by a point. Imagine if they win the title by a point. You know where I'm going? I'm going to Arsenal against Brentford at the Emirates and somebody not drawing the line correct. If Arsenal miss out on this title by 2 points, what does it do for the league? I mean, we can talk about the weekend and we can talk about dodgy handballs, but look, I don't know what I think about that. I mean, for Arsenal's benefit, it might be better if you lose the league by 4 points, because then you can go, well, it doesn't matter. But if there's a good chance that it might be by 2 points, and look, goal difference would still make a difference there. But yeah, in a way, look, I think Man City will cruise it. I do think Man City have been the better team across the season, but there's 4 games to go. They've got a lot to go for. And the bottom line is, yeah, I think Man City are going to win this league, but Arsenal are in a title. They won't give up, and they've shown amazing throughout the season, and they've come back again. And it bodes well if Arteta gets backed in the summer. You don't really think that this Arsenal system's going to fall apart, because it is a system. It's a style of football. It's a squad that's overachieved, that's worked well, and if he can get the right summer transfers in, you know, the league will be harder, I think, next season in relation to the top 6, but you'd expect Arsenal to be in there. I still think Man City will be massive favourites, by the way, because I just think they're so far and above everybody else. But I was so impressed with the Newcastle result yesterday, and Newcastle are a fantastic side. And yeah, I just think people need to respect what Arsenal have done a little bit, and the league itself. That, yeah, I think Man City are going to win the league, but the title's not over. Like, 4 point gap at the top, it's not over. 2 points, obviously, with they've got the 1 point if they've got the game in hand. It's not over. Like, you can believe Man City are going to win the league, and I do now, but the title wasn't over at the start of April because they're 20 points clear. The title race is still there. Man City have still got to work to do, and Arsenal have made it a better season than I think it was ever going to be. And they deserve credit for that. They've been fantastic this year. They really have. Get your comments in below. Make sure you smash a like on the video. I'm back this afternoon. It's all about the relegation battle. Brighton still trying to get top 4. They're going to struggle. They've got a lot of hard games, including Arsenal. And I think they've got Man City to play as well. So they'll have a huge part to play in the title, but they've got a huge part to play in the relegation race today. Brighton against Everton. Huge game, 5:30. I'm live on That's Football. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe. I'll speak to you all live a little bit later.